Uh, hello? What the hell is happening to my stream? Hello? So excited. Hello, Druki! Hold on. Let's move to game. Question mark. Oh no, I forgot to update my YouTube channel. No, not game, the chatting. Yes, hello. Yes, hello. Where's my reaction? Here. Because my live 2D is still trying to open. Alright. Yes, hello. There is a stunning lack of Riot right now. I can't get a hold of him. Right. Update that. Wing. Paste. Oh, my computer. Oh. Alright. Okay. How is everybody today? I am currently struggling with my computer. Alright. Let's wait for my live 2D to actually start running. Let me try to contact Riot again. Cause... Hello? Hello? Riot, where are you? If by... in like 10 more minutes he doesn't come, I'm gonna have to continue without him. Because I don't want to waste any more time. I'm doing good. I really enjoyed a photography class I'm taking. Ooh, that's cool. What kind of pictures have you been taking, Druki? Hollowed Mist. 6 free Shadow Milk Soul Stones to be claimed from Beast Raid. Oh dang. Oh dang. Right, there's an update today. Oh dang. I'm not playing Cookie Run right now. I'm going to play it off stream. Last semester I did darkroom photography for film, and this semester it's studio lighting. I'm learning how to use Lightroom and do more professional stuff. Ooh, that sounds really cool, Druki. I would love to have an experience of doing darkroom photography, like developing the film in a darkroom. We aren't playing Cookie Run today, Hollowed Mist. I'm playing a visual novel and waiting for my friend to hop on, but I can't get a hold of him. And my Live 2D is stuck at loading. Why did it freeze? Hello? Hi, Hallowed Mist. A little warning. We are not doing a Cookie Run stream today. So thank you for your tips on this. These are pretty helpful for me, but we're not doing Cookie Run today. Yes, thank you. Why is my Live 2D VTube Studio not running? No! Do I have to kill it? No! Oh man. Stuff isn't turning out how I thought it would be today. Alright, we're going to have to make do with my little head empty PNG for now. Cause VTube Studio is refusing. And my task manager is not responding. Why? I need to kill the program, hello? Technical difficulties, Everything is breaking. No, no, not like this. Alright. There we go. I need to turn off the Live 2D thing because it's not working. End task. There we go. That should lighten up the load on my computer. And now... Open VC. I have made it an open invite for anyone in my friend group to join in case they want to join the stream. But right now, we're not gonna have Riot playing with us, unfortunately. Alright, let's move to games. I gave him 10 more minutes, but no, he hasn't responded. Well, there we go. Ice Juggler, be gone. There we go. There. A little larger. And audio. Alright. Let us load in where we last left off for the Derek epilogue. Oh yeah, I've been playing offline behind the scenes. So these are some Oliver Marin. Yes. This will be for the wedding DLC playthrough. Hello, Neil! Hi, Neil! How are you holding up? I know you've been busy. I need to find out where I put the save file for Victor's life. Dating sim. Yes, we are playing a dating sim. What is happening to my computer right now? Why is it like this? I'm on lunch break. Hey, have a good lunch break. Enjoy your food. Horrors wait for me now. Yes, just the quiet respite of food in the middle of the horrors. Where is Victor's save? Victor Orange. You can see how many games I've been playing. There we go. Where did we put it? This one? Yeah, this one. Alright. Oh man! These are choices that Riot needed to take. Oh man. Okay. To recap, chat. Last we left off, Riot, we decided to confess to Derek. And it was reciprocated. There you go. Now we are officially dating. Derek, my beloved. That's right, the world needs to know the brand new partnership of Victor, Orange Slice, and Derek Suarez. Oh, I never actually told my parents about that deal. The let's get married in 10 years plan. It's okay, I never told my moms either. Then, are we pretending that never happened, or do we talk about that deal? The one that we made at the park 10 years ago? Mori streams are a nice respite from the horrors, even though it's midnight in my time. No! Yes, the horrors of the night. Truly. My voice can stave away the night terrors. Truly, truly. Even though I am but a coward. Go away, ominous shadow lurking in Druki's window. Real? Do we keep that deal between us? Sure. Sure, let's keep that between us. Is that okay?
I got you.
Totally, no worries. We've already kept that between us for a decade, and we don't have to tell every person we know about our awkward teenage romantic developments. Dang. Dang. Alright. Thanks. That's what I thought too. We can be embarrassing privately. But that said,
Leave it to me.
I'm gonna call my parents to let them know what's up. I know they'll be there. I'll see about getting in touch with George too. If we're lucky, we might get a full house. His mouth cracked a fond smile. This'll be quick. You won't even miss me. Or maybe you will? I wouldn't mind that. Okay. Alright. Okay. Dang. You teasingly shooed him away. I won't be able to if you don't go. Get to it.
Right.
Damn. Alright, Victor. Satisfied, Derek pulled his phone out and brought it to his ear. He began to walk away in preparation for the talk. Alright. Since he was busy with that, you decided to return to your guest room. You considered freshening up by changing. Tapping your fingers on the top of the bag, you cycled through the options in your mind, but nothing felt right. Oh, nothing felt right? Eventually, you settled on using the bathroom and splashing some water on your face instead. As you crossed the apartment, you peeked over at Derek. There was no way that you could know what was being said, but he shot you an exaggerated thumbs up. You took that as a strong sign that all was going well. You threw your fists into the air, mouthing a silent yes. The way Derek's lips twisted, you could tell he was trying very hard not to burst into laughter on the phone. It wasn't very long before your visit was properly arranged. The calls were ended and you were leaving the apartment behind. Derek hesitated at the door and tapped at his bottom lip. He was double-checking his mental checklist, but that too was resolved in short order. You both stepped out into the hall, and this time he remembered to lock the door before he dashed down the hall. Hopping into his car, you promptly took off. The drive was lively. You spent it taking turns telling each other new stories about your families and your latest personal adventures. Hold on, let me adjust my mic a little bit. Ayo, okay. Latest personal adventures. Boo. Also, if you don't mind me asking, what are your pronouns? My pronouns are they, them. Mori is a shapeshifter with no set gender rules. Thanks to slow-moving traffic, it was a 20-minute drive to reach his parents' new place. Derek pulled in and automatically noted how lucky you were that this condo had guest spots. Nodding along, you followed as he enthusiastically showed you the way. Derek knocked solidly but not loudly on the door. They knew you were coming. It didn't take you by surprise when the door almost immediately pulled open. Mrs. Suarez joyfully greeted you both. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Mrs. Suarez! Hi! Welcome home! Without a second thought, she wrapped her eldest son into her arms. Derek gladly hugged her back with the same vigor. Hey, Mom.
Good to see you.
It's so good to see you, and Victor too. Mother-in-law! No! No! She ushered you two inside and you got your first look around. The Suarezes had moved there a couple years ago, but you'd never gotten to visit until now. It was still just as homey and comfortable as their old apartment. When you traveled further inside, you spotted Mr. Suarez sitting at the kitchen table with a chilled drink. He took a slow, drawn-out sip. And then he placed the cup down and got up to join everyone else. He stood in front of you like you were a newly arrived audience, pointed at his wife, and tattled. Tattled? Oh! Mom made me promise not to get the door. She wanted to be the one to answer. Aw, man. He aged pretty damn nicely. Mrs. Suarez was as unapologetic and owned up to her actions entirely. She went over to her husband and soothingly rubbed his back. Thanks for being such a good sport about it. Of course, but I get to have my greeting now. Doing exactly as he promised, Mr. Suarez turned to his wife, from his wife to you and Derek, the two guests in his home. He pushed his glasses higher up his nose. Hello, kids. I'm happy you came early. I couldn't ask for better visitors. Hey, great to see you too. It's been too long. You're both looking wonderful. You're both looking wonderful. Love your new place, you smiled. It's great to see you too. Kindly nodded as he spoke. Do we shake hands? Thing is, my thought process with this is completely different from Riot's. So now that my voice, the voice in my head is no longer with me right now, I don't know how to act as Victor Orange Slice. Let's just wave. You could barely contain your excitement over finally being there with everyone in person again. Mr. and Mrs. Suarez beamed at your enthusiasm. It's always tough when our kids are gone, but we certainly missed having you running around with them. Aww. Yes, it hasn't been the same without you. Aww. It was easy for you to thank Mr. and Mrs. Suarez as a second set of parents after all the years they'd been a part of your life. You knew they'd always be there for you if you asked. Okay. Derek clapped his hands together and you couldn't help but smirk. The image reminded you so much of his mom trying to bring order to her rambunctious sons. And, speaking of...
So?
Where are the bros? It is the same as always. You arrived first. Dang, it made sense to you that you'd beaten George there. He had to rearrange his day on the fly to make it, but why wasn't Nico there? Your eyebrows raised in surprise. You didn't have to ask for an explanation. Mrs. Suarez gabbed about it in an intentionally overdramatic tone. That is my question each day. Nico is never home with me anymore. Now that school's out, he travels into the city as soon as he gets up, and only comes back in the evening for dinner. Oh no. To be a teenager. A mother's gloom over her baby growing up was given its silver lining by the father. He's independent.
Maybe.
Maybe. He is usually, but... Mrs. Suarez held her cell phone up and her lips curled into a mischievous grin. She added a wink when she shifted her attention to you. I might have sent a text that you two were coming by. I'm sure that'll get his attention. He'll get his butt back here sooner rather than later for a change. Right. It struck you then by Derek's understanding tone that none of this was news to him. They were explaining Nico's habits for your sake. The whole family was as polite as they were perceptive. Since we've got time, why don't you show Victor the condo?
Let's go.
I was about to suggest the same thing. What do you think, Victor? Want to take a tour? I do! Show me everything! Similarly to what Derek had done earlier that day, his parents led you through the highlights of their new home. Mr. Suarez proudly listed all the amenities the complex offered outside as well. Do you have a swimming pool as well? Derek leisurely followed along behind the group, loosely listening to the fact list. He had a few notes to add here and there. Sometime later, a phone interrupted the conversation with a loud ding. Oh, sorry, that's me. He partially shifted the phone out of his loose pocket and checked for any important news. He beamed victoriously and let his phone slide back into the depths.
Nice!
George is here. And with good timing, the tour was complete. Let's go meet Junior. The current group left the hall behind and crawled back into the living room, ready for the party to grow in size. Oh man, more people! As you got there, you heard a firm and even-paced string of knocks on the door. Mr. Suarez eagerly shouted over the sound. Oh, I wish Riot were here. Oh, I wish Riot were here. We're going to reveal George. George reveal. Let me see if he's still here. If I can get him. Riot! Riot! He's nowhere to be found. I don't know what happened to him. Alright. Oh! Jump scare, hello? Sauce? It's Sauce, chat. Wait, hold on, I can't hear you. Sauce, I can't hear you. I have you at 200% volume, I still can't hear you. Huh? Are you talking right now, Sauce? I don't... Sauce? Hello? Oh no. It's a ghost of Sauce past. I still can't hear you. Sauce, is your mic plugged in? Hold on, chat. We're going through some tech support. Oh, he deafened. Alright. I will hear Sauce when I hear him. I will get jump scared by him one more time. Bim 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 bim. Surely, I think I need to lower down Sauce's volume in case he actually starts talking. I don't want to get ear blasted either. Alright. Shall we continue? Question mark. Mr. Suarez eagerly shouted over the sound. My turn! Fair's fair. Alright. Cheerily, Mr. Suarez jaunted off and swung the door wide open, knowing that his middle son was on the other side. Ayo! Ayo, brother! And he was, although George Jr. Suarez was hardly a junior anymore. Ayo! George had not only grown taller than his big brother, but he also towered over his parents. Your jaw would have been on the floor if Derek hadn't mentioned this earlier. Dang. Dang, he's taller. Still, from his neat sandy brown hair, his calm expression, and relaxed stance, you knew that he was still the same boy you knew as a kid. George also remained a placid presence in his rambunctious family. They cheered at his arrival and he smiled sweetly.
Hello.
Hello, I hope I didn't keep you waiting. Welcome home, Junior.
Don't worry about that.
You didn't take long at all. Don't worry about that. Dang, he is taller. Boo, boo. Derek struck when George was distracted by their parents. He hooked an arm around his brother's neck and pulled him close. George hugged Derek to his side. So Derek's already here, huh? Yeah, I am. Never would have guessed that. Dang, alright. The brothers let go and gave each other one last light shove. George went over to you next. Hey Victor, it's been a while. I've been waiting forever to see you. I'm so proud you've grown into such a responsible young man. No, not the dad sentiment. We're all grown up. What do we do, chat? Sauce, are you good now? I can't hear you. Hold on, let me reconnect. Maybe it's on my end. Mic check. Hello? You're not going to go into another skibidi toilet spiral, right? Sauce? Yeah, there. We can hear you now. Oh, hold on. I'm going to unmute you on the stream now. All right? You're going to be heard on stream. There. You are now being heard on stream. Chat can hear you now.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Hey, you can hear me now?
I was trying to find Riot. He's not here. What happened to him? Do you know? He told me he was free Friday for the stream.
What?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Oh yeah, hello. I can hear you.
Alright. Do you know what happened to Riot? I can't
Riot?
find him.
Riot? What riot?
Riot.
Which? The game? The game is.
No, the person Riot.
No. I don't know, man.
You don't know? What? man, I was thinking there was like a Beyblade thing happening and he didn't tell me or something.
Nah, bro, I had no contact to him.
Can you see my stream? Help me pick a choice.
Okay, so what's this game? Okay, Derek.
Yeah, Derek DLC. How are we going to greet our brother-in-law, future brother-in-law?
Hi.
Hi, hi, just hi, hi, bro. The Victor Orange Slice is suddenly very cold. No.
Brother-in-law. I miss you.
I miss you. All right, let's go with hi. Let's just do the safe route. Hi. And offer the high five.
Yeah.
Cheerfully, you watched his mouth twitch awkwardly before he gave you a light slap. Twitch awkwardly, huh? Wait, hold on. Huh? What do you mean? Huh? Wait, was that the cringe one? Wait, what? Huh? Huh? What do you mean awkwardly? We just offered a high five. Hello.
You tap his nose, that's so gay. Not gonna lie.
Tap his bro.
Why you gay?
Bro.
Bro, what this game about?
It's a visual novel dating sim. We're not going to date this guy though. We're dating the other guy.
No!
You watch his mouth twitch awkwardly before he gave you a light slap. I'm glad you made it today. You noticed the remaining rigidness lift from George's frame. He snagged a drink from the kitchen and settled in. He was joined there by the others, and he recounted his day so far. Rigidness? Wait, hold on. If we do... Oh. Hold on. I'm going to try every choice and see which one.
Hey, let's
Pat him on the back.
Yeah, choose all the choices. Also, I face 10 nights.
Why is he so awkward though? Why? George stood up straighter under your touch, but he relaxed gradually.
What?
You grew up when I wasn't looking. Huh? With the I've been waiting forever to see you. Pat him on the back. Startled, George automatically stood up straighter. He let out a long, suffering sigh. It's good to see you again. You notice the remaining rigidness left from George's frame. Okay, we're going to do that. Wait, no. Wait, I'm going back in circles. Alright,
No.
what would Riot do? Let's just do that. You grew up when I wasn't looking. He snagged the drink from the kitchen and settled in. He was joined there by the others, and he recounted his day so far. Eventually, you all heard the distinct sound of the doorknob jiggling and then turning. No knocking was required for this one. There was only one person. It could be the last to arrive for the gathering and the last to have been born. Nicholas. The door popped open with a swish, and you saw that you were undeniably right. Ayo! It was Nico, but his appearance had your brows pinching. He was extremely different, yet simultaneously so similar to the tiny 6-year-old you had first met him as. Right, it's like he never changed, but he changed so much. Somehow, his hair managed to be even wilder than when he was an elementary school kid. But besides that, he'd become a young man despite continuing to be a baby in your mind's eye. He was sporting a colorful rainbow romper that was fashionable as it was functional, as well as his iconic hair clips to round out the mix of old and new. It's the three brothers! Nicholas is back! Ayo! It's no longer Derek's back! It's now Nicholas is back! With the
What the heck is going on?
You're lacking crucial context, Tos.
What the heck's happening?
This is who we're romancing, the eldest brother. This is who we're romancing.
No, I'm not suitable for that kind of.
Bro, you know.
I got into a wrong room.
Bro. With the roll of his Riot, where are you? Where are you, Riot?
Bro, I need substitute.
Right, spam his DMs. Riot. Why are you playing Roblox while you're in here? I see you on Discord, Sauce.
I'm fishing.
You're fishing? Alright, okay, understandable. Have a nice
Enter the
fishing.
place only.
Riot, where are you?
Ayun.
Hey,
Oh!
what do you mean?
Hello, ma.
Hello, Mob.
Hello there.
You are live on stream.
Hello there, Twitch. I presume, and YouTube. Oh shit, fish.
Twitch and YouTube, yeah!
At Twitch, fish.
This fish does not like this fish does not want to be caught, but I'm catching it anyway.
Oh, you're also fishing? Oh man.
Everybody is fishing. Damn, boy.
Damn.
Everybody's fishing.
Yes, fishing, the new minigame.
Fish. Fish.
Did you ever hear about what Riot is doing right now? Because I can't reach him. He's not answering my DMs.
I have no clue. I presume he's in a tournament today. Or not,
Ah!
not sure.
He told
Let
me
me just
Friday
double
was
check the-
free.
Oh, I need to double check. Yeah, no, I see like he has a screenshot here on one of the the thread
Yeah.
where it's like no does this and then whatnot and then I don't know, maybe I'm not sure.
Question mark.
Did you coordinate the time with him?
Yeah, I
No.
told him Friday. This
Bye-bye.
time Friday. He told me he was free.
Maybe this time.
No, you're not pulling an OPM here.
No. Alright.
So what did you need help with, Sauce?
We need Jovic.
We need Jovic. This is this is his character we're playing right now, and we need to think like Riot.
Bro, I'm not
That's a hard
suitable
ask.
for.
You know that, right? That's a really hard ask.
I'm stuck.
Where are you stuck?
Bro, I'm not suitable for this guy.
Well, you're on your own then. Goodbye.
No.
No. And he's gone. Oh,
He's
hello.
back again.
I just wanted to see your reaction if I were to leave you alone like that.
He's fine. Alright, I'm going back to reading through the
Okay.
game.
Wait, just back up.
The new voices in my head are lacking crucial context right now.
Bro, where the two voices?
No, we're just the last two brain cells in the middle of an exam losing their shit.
No.
With all due respect.
Nah,
Alright.
brains.
With a roll of his eyes, Nicholas animatedly gestured and held out his arms. You bit back an amused laugh. No shit, I live here. That's not news. Oh man. Oh.
Oh no.
Damn.
News is that Derek and Victor are back. This guy really is a teenager now, man. Well, the last time we saw this guy, Nicholas, the one in the middle, was when he was 6 years old.
Pardon?
Yeah,
What?
when we were kids, and me and Derek, Victor Orange Slice and Derek were about 13, and then his youngest brother was 6 years old, and the second brother was 10 years old, and now they're 10 years later, 16, 20, 23. Like, damn, time
So we're
flies.
basically pulling the childhood friend getting rejected trope. Got it.
No, we actually confessed recently. Hello, Bonsai.
All right, there it is. The actual good support. All right, so let's get out of here. Run.
Alright, bro. About it.
Bro,
Abandon the ship now.
abandon ship.
About the platonic.
Bon, you can think like Riot, right?
You can think like Riot, right? You know how Riot
No.
thinks, right? No, no, no,
No.
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 They
Where's
will.
Ra-
I just came back from classes, man. I don't know what to tell you.
No.
Nah, where's Riot where we need him?
My brain's
And the world needed him
fried,
at
man.
least once. He vanished.
Right.
Avatar Riot.
Oh,
It's not
goodness.
needed him most. Needed him once. We needed him once, and he vanished.
We needed him. When the time we needed him the most, he's gone. I literally told him Friday 2 p.m. be there. He even I asked him. I asked him, "Are you free Friday?" "Yeah, Friday 2 p.m. Okay."
I'm gonna put a square hole.
Sauce, where are you?
Wait, I'm forsaken. Let me.
Forsaken Isles. Got it. Hold on. Go
Forsaken
there.
ocean.
All right, I'm going to read more now.
I'm near.
He bounced over and managed to securely lock himself around his big brother's wide chest. Derek wrapped an arm across his brother's shoulder in response. Derek ruffled Nico's long, thick hair before letting him go. It was sweet that the gesture of affection between them hadn't changed, though Derek didn't have to lean down to do it anymore. "Hello, son. Thank you for coming." "Uh-huh." Walking by, Nicholas gave a short wave to his parents and then elbowed George chummily as his hello. George teasingly retaliated with a poke to his little brother's side. Finally, Nicholas stopped in front of you. "Hey Victor, welcome back to Casa Suarez." Day.
Casa Suarez.
Casa Suarez.
Suarez.
Alright, how do we reply to this? "Hi, I'm so glad to see you again. It's my sweet baby boy." What a charming gentleman you've grown into. "You can't be that big. That's illegal." You smiled.
That sounds like it. That sounds like.
That sounds like
I
like
don't
a riot
know.
thing.
I'm not riot. This is so hard. Why do I have to think like riot?
Think like Riot, think.
Like a Mori thing, honestly.
Huh?
Bro, wait.
Mori, think which one?
It sounds like a Mori thing.
You can't be that big?
You can't be that.
Bro, no, not the stray bullet, man. Why am I being targeted like that?
Crack him and tag him.
Bro. Alright, since chat also said you can't be that big, let's go with that. You can't be that big, that's illegal.
This is not illegal.
Bro.
Can't be that big. That's illegal.
Well, he's taller than us, I think. Question mark.
Why am I getting a pseudo stray bullet here with my height? Jesus.
Offer a high five.
Hmm.
Sorry, Victor, the law has no power over me. Laughing, Nicholas didn't leave you hanging. After that, he confidently put his hands to his hips. Now that the whole Suarez family plus you was together again, Mr. Suarez admiringly looked at his wife and then his sons. He securely hooked his fingers into his belt loops.
That's good.
This is very good, yes. I wonder if everyone here will be coming back tomorrow as well.
Of course.
Of course, Dad. Victor and I are gonna be here for sure. I might manage to work it with my busy schedule. Damn.
What do you think?
Nah.
Also, while we're talking about tomorrow, that reminds me. I wanted to ask if it'd be alright if Mr. Holden... for Mr. Holden to join us for Father's Day. Right, Riot asked if we could have our best friend's dad join us for Father's Day without our best friend Cove. Yeah, Cove will not be able to join on Father's Day because he is busy, so we're going to be his substitute child.
What?
Bro.
Are you adopted?
That's not it. Hold up. Hold up.
I am adopted.
I mean, we are adopted. We have two moms. Victor Orange Slice has two moms.
What?
I'm not even gonna ask anymore.
It could
I'm
be a
just
joint
gonna-
party
I'm
with
just
us and
gonna
Victor's
keep
family.
zooming forward.
Oh, Cliff, that would be quite an event. I'd be happy to have the company.
I figured.
Yeah, I figured, but I wanted to ask first. We'll invite him when we go down to Victor's neighborhood later. Thank you so much. Your excitement accidentally increased the volume of your thanks. Mr. Suarez cracked an entertained smile and then let out a booming laugh.
That is all right.
The more the merrier, as Mr. Holden himself might say.
Boom.
I already can't wait for tomorrow.
Wonderful.
Superb. That's exactly what I wanted for the day. It's Father's Day.
Well,
And...
Man.
Oh, shit. Oh, man. You curiously peeked at Derek and watched him shift his feet oddly. A tingle of excitement started coming off of him and you realized what he had in mind. Since we're here, Victor and I have gotta tell you something. You're in a relationship. He already found out!
Oh.
What?
He already found out!
Oh.
He already knew!
What
He
did you
already
say?
knew! He already
Why did
knew!
you say?
Okay, so for some context to those late to the party, prior to visiting the family
Everybody's late to the party in
household,
this chat.
prior to visiting the Suarez family, Victor Orange Slice, manned by Riot, has decided to confess to Derek Suarez in his apartment and have officially sealed the deal and are now in a relationship with the guy. like that early into the epilogue. Man.
Oh no.
Oh man. Alright. Posture check. Thank you for the posture check, Bonds.
Yeah.
Wait.
I have no words other than okay.
There was an this game has an option where you could let the love interest confess by himself. Like you won't be putting in like any input into it. He will do it by himself. But Riot decided he would like to make the confession instead.
No.
He went right for it.
Nah, bro. Nah.
Dad!
is that wrong?
What?
Bro.
Is that wrong? Were we not aware of what Derek felt about Victor? Oh shit! Oh, they knew already. Oh, they knew already.
Wow.
Mrs. Suarez groaned loudly and hid her face in the palms of her hands. George put his hands on his hips, giving his dad a hard look. Maybe, maybe not. We have no idea. Don't steal their thunder before they've said anything. He's right, Gregorio. Let them talk. Mr. Suarez stroked his beard thoughtfully. Oh, sorry, kids.
Go on.
Derek, please keep going. What did you want to say?
Okay.
Yes, forget I said a word. My lips are sealed. Oh, from the top. Derek shot you a look that was both apologetic and encouraging. He turned back to the waiting eyes of his family and scratched his cheek. What do we say? Mr. Suarez guessed it. We're dating. Okay, everyone, meet my new boyfriend, Derek Suarez. Well, me and Derek are... You know what? What Mr. Suarez said. Way to spoil it, you joked. You reached over and took Derek's hand. You wanted Derek to explain it himself. What are we doing? Oh! Bonsai died.
Oh no. Who shot him?
And he escaped.
He escaped! He escaped the insane asylum. Hello? Are you back?
Oh, my bad.
Welcome back.
Alright, you brought him back. Good.
Why you running? Why you running? Why you running?
Why you running?
No running.
What would Riot say? What would Riot say?
Wait, like Riot does.
Alright, let's just reach over and take Derek's hand. Yeah. That would be the low-key way. Yeah, reaching for the hand. Druki knows it. Let's take Derek's hand. Derek started, but when his brain caught up to what you were doing, his palm slid perfectly into place with yours. You watched his expression grow more confident. He was ready.
You know it.
You got it, Dad. We are dating. Dang.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Not even scary to admit it.
No fear.
Man, if it's the Asian, oh no.
No, they're not Asian. They're I don't know. They're Suarez.
Probably, yeah. It sounds Puerto Rican, honestly.
I
I might be stereotyping here. I apologize.
The soft way he confirmed that made your heart flutter in your chest. Aww. I'm more than happy to say it, even though someone else beat me to the punch. Mrs. Suarez was initially elated by that news. She started clapping and knocked a shoulder into her husband's side.
Very good.
I hope that was gonna be the news. This is amazing, and quite a surprise too. Oh, you're just saying that.
Wow, actually.
Quite a surprise too. Wow, what a surprise! Wow. George slowly shook his head and laughed. His crooked smile grew.
That makes sense.
You two together. It just makes sense. I'm happy for you.
Thank you.
Thanks. That means everything to me. I promise to do my best by Derek. Cross my heart. I am officially Team Suarez now. Derek's on Team Orange Slice now. Sorry. I'm glad my boyfriend comes with good in-laws. Or thank you so much. Which one are we what would Riot say? What would Riot say?
It's more of a formal occasion though, so I don't know.
No.
Cross my heart. Hope to die. Put a cupcake in my eye.
Good.
Hope to die. Oh,
What?
What? Hope to
What?
die.
What?
What?
I don't doubt that for a second.
No.
I imagine they'll take good care of each other. Damn right.
Alright, careful now.
Breathing steadier now that the hard part was over, it suddenly struck you that someone had been uncharacteristically quiet. The audience had only consisted of 3 out of the 4 members of Derek's family. Nicholas had nothing to say, or nothing he was willing to mention out loud. Before you could pass that observation on to Derek, his subdued expression showed that he was aware. That actually didn't surprise you. He was never one to ignore his little brother. Nicholas hung behind the crowd. Derek maintained eye contact with him. Since there was nowhere to hide, Nicholas plastered a smile on his face. But he still wouldn't speak. Derek was equally silent. There was something there, and he wasn't going to open that kind of worms in front of everyone. Huh. No show of support yet from the littlest brother. Instead, he looked up, and your presence chased his worries away. His joyful excitement reignited. You followed Derek's lead and allowed yourself to be happy. There would be plenty of opportunities later to talk everything out with Nicholas. The rest of Derek's family continued to voice their sincere encouragement of your relationship before letting the conversation calm down and shift. Things returned to the usual comfort you enjoyed when you were with the Suarezes. Mr. and Mrs. Suarez provided lunch. It was nice for the whole family to be sitting at one busy table. But afterwards, Derek announced that you two should hit the road. I'm gonna get going too. I've still got class later. Are you serious? We've barely done anything. Sorry, Nico. We gotta take the trip out to Sunset Bird before it gets any later. Fine. Me, you, and George are doing something together and not the Father's Day thing, okay? Something that's gonna be fun with just us. Sighing affectionately, Mrs. Suarez shared a look with her snickering husband. Nicholas was going through the iconic parents are uncool teen phase. Oh. Oh.
What?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there.
Parents are uncool teen phase.
Don't worry.
That's a face?
I've been there.
Don't worry, I've made sure to have the whole day free. I promise to come over early. Derek tilted his head towards you, suddenly asking your opinion before agreeing to anything. I'd love to hang with the boys.
I swear.
Cool. Got that? We'll both be there. Count on it. We can do whatever Nico wants in the afternoon, and then it'll be Dad's pick in the evening. Alright, see you then. And with that settled, everyone exchanged their goodbyes and see you soons. You and Derek left in good spirits. You hopped back into his car and already eager for home. Sunset Bird was waiting for you. During the drive, you sent off a text to let your moms know you were coming by soon. They knew you were arriving today, but they had no idea when you were going to be free to come see them. You also sent a text to Mr. Holden telling him that you'd be in the neighborhood today. You decided you'd surprise Mr. Holden. How are we doing this? Do we let Mr. Holden know the guy we're going to be substitute childing? Or do we surprise him? Mr. Holden is Cove's dad, by the way. If you know who Cove is, I'm sure none of you know.
Yeah.
No, not even close.
I know. He's the main guy.
Yeah, he's the main guy.
Supposedly.
Yeah, the first one. We're doing a DLC. Derek and Baxter are locked behind a paywall, by the way. So, Cove is like the only free content you get. Alright, let's tell Mr. Holden. He texted back right away that he'd be home and keeping an eye out for visitors. You could already tell that Mr. Holden was thrilled at the prospect. Humming to himself, Derek sped down the highway. The city's I can't read! Skyscrapers were fine behind you in the distance, and there was nothing but rolling hills of green. It was strange to be sitting shotgun with Derek after all the years of your friendship, being trapped in the long-distance zone. But at the same time, it also wasn't. Long-distance zone, imagine that. That was arguably stranger. What was arguably stranger was how his presence affected you. Having him there by your side was the most normal thing in the world to you. Soon enough, you began to recognize the landmarks dotting the way to your hometown. Excitement buzzed under your skin. You were ready to get back home. The car flew past the now leaving sign, and you rolled down the window to wave at it. Officially, you were finally back in Sunset Bird. It didn't take more than a few minutes to drive through the rest of town and rolled into the sleepy neighborhood where you grew up. Derek parked along the curb and you both slid out.
Nice work.
We made it, safe and sound. Derek leisurely leaned on his car. He looked over the roof at you and lifted a questioning brow. So, what do you want to do first? See your moms or go check on Mr. Holden? Let's visit Mr. Holden first. If he's not there, then we can try again after seeing my mom's. And if he's there now, there's a chance he might not be when we're done with the other visit. Sounds reasonable to me. Together, you crossed the street and walked up to the familiar door. It was still a little odd remembering that the condo was now only inhabited by one single Holden. Man. By the way, Riot decided to choose to live with Cove Holden in the in between prologue of this epilogue.
That sounds weird to have that. Like that's a weird situation, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, and then we're dating Derek right now. So like he reasoned that Cove was our bestie. He reasoned that Cove was our bestie. They were roommates. Yeah. Yeah.
I can feel the cope here.
You rang the doorbell and waited. Luckily, the familiar face of Mr. Holden appeared in the doorway and beamed at seeing you.
Hey!
Hi. Derek gave a big wave at Mr. Holden. That Mr. Holden returned cheerily until his brain caught up enough to let him speak. You're here! Uh-huh. We arrived in one piece.
Come on.
That's great. Come on in. He waited for you two to follow inside. You did, and he glanced back over his shoulder to address you further. So, what can I do for you today? For you two today? Well, now that you mention it, I was wondering if you're busy tomorrow.
Oh?
I'll be getting a call from my boy, but that's about it. Why? Oh, we're inviting him to Father's Day celebration. We've come to invite you to the Suarez Father's Day celebration. Do you want to go to the Suarez house for Father's Day with us? I know you're not really my dad, but I'd like you to be with me on Father's Day. Which one we picking?
Sorry, there's a. I say first option or third option is good for me.
Let's do first option.
Mm-hmm.
Do I... What? His jaw hung open. Mr. Holden placed a hand on his chest with a thump, giving himself a bit of a jump start. Really? You want me to come for Father's Day? Yes, I'd love it if you joined us tomorrow. Victor's right. My family loves you, and... He paused, glancing over at you. Derek knew how much this invitation meant. You're important to everyone that'll be there. So, would you join us? You could see the tears start to form in Mr. Holden's eyes. He was trying with great difficulty not to get too emotional. Yes, like father, like son. Oh.
He has friends.
Bro. Bro. Oh.
Looks like,
he's gone.
Yeah, she's gone.
Okay.
I'm free. Free from the shackles. I see. Then I'll be there. Just tell me when and where.
It's no problem.
I'll text you the details later tonight. Oh, the ad. I can't keep snoozing it. Man. Not really house chores, but still. Enjoy your house chores, Shig. Ad starts in 30 minutes, so let's do a little bit more. Mr. Holden shifted uncomfortably on his feet. He was still feeling overwhelmed by the situation, but he shyly faced you. I hope you've been doing well. Things couldn't be better these days. Agreed.
How's it going?
Glad to hear that. And your moms, are they doing alright? I haven't actually seen them yet. We're going there next. Oh, could I tag along? I've been meaning to visit them, and it'd be nice to stick with you two a while longer. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Let's move this party across the street. Nothing else needed to be said after that. The newly arranged group pivoted out the door and strolled right over to your childhood home. Without missing a beat, you located and rang the oddly placed doorbell. Ma expectantly answered the door. Her eyes sparkled and landed on you immediately.
Hi.
It's Ma! Hello, sweetie. And Derek, welcome. A few seconds later, she realized there was a third, less anticipated guest at her doorstep. She tried biting back her giggles with little success. Oh, and hello to you, stranger. Hey there, the kids swung by, and I thought I'd visit too. What a lovely surprise. Come in, come in. Ma stepped aside, grinning widely. She held the door all the way open so everyone could hurry through. Heya! Mom's voice rang out the hall right before she appeared physically in front of you. She excitedly stopped at her wife's side.
Nice.
Ooh, what a great crowd! Oh, ad break. Alright, let's wait until ad ends on Twitch.
So, here's something that happened.
Yeah?
Today.
Yeah?
I managed to indoctrinate my entire friend circle in my college
Mm.
with playing the trading card game for Pokemon on the mobile phone, like the
Oh
live
no.
version.
No.
Yeah, my friends are getting into it.
Oh no. Oh
Bonsai.
no. Oh no. I pray for your friends. Down the rabbit hole they go.
Bray, sumobra yun ako. Wizard Blood.
Yes.
Sumobra Wizard
Oh yeah,
Blood.
wait, did you heard? You heard
Huh?
about that, right? Like,
Oh.
you heard from your bro, right?
Yeah.
I am
Sumobra.
willing to like pay for it if you want.
Dang, dang.
I can
He's
buy it
willing
off
to
your
fund.
hands. I can buy it off your hands.
Bro, tatlo na Wizard Blood na. Yan ang pangatlo namin.
Yes,
But
exactly. I can buy this one off your hands if you want to, or I can give you an alternate
naman.
one. You can auction it on Facebook if you want. I can help you with that.
Nice.
Pwede mo na bilhin.
Oh, you just wanna? I can just buy it off you. In that case, are you okay with holding on to it until after March or so?
chat, there's a business discussion happening in my brain right now. The two brain cells
Funny.
doing a transaction. Okay, how do we greet our moms?
Pokemon game. Okay.
How do we greet our moms?
Moms.
Hi, Mom. I'm home. You've been well. What? Really? There's no hug?
Well, you can. There's a next one. But what do we say first?
I'm suggesting you're both looking good.
No.
You're both looking good.
Go for
I'm
the
home. And
I
then
know you both.
we hug. Would that be what
Yay.
Riot does? Sure, let's hug.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Excitedly, you pulled them into a big hug. You could feel one of them soothingly rubbing circles into your back. You sure are, kiddo. Derek gently worked his way into the conversation. You didn't miss the way his skin was suddenly a shade rosier than before.
Good to see you.
Thanks, Mrs. and Mrs. Orange Slice, for letting me come by, too. It's nice to see you again.
You're fantastic.
You don't need to thank us for that. You can come over anytime. You're an excellent guest.
That's fantastic.
Yes, and we need to thank you for giving our Victor a place to stay. Now we'll get to visit him even more this summer. They shared a knowing look with their eyes alight. A knowing look. They had been thinking of their big anniversary later in the season. You'd be coming back to Sunset Bird for that. You didn't mind all the traveling, it was worth it. Good point. Happy almost anniversary. Thank you. That's gonna be a night to remember, I'm sure. I bet. We're going to have a nice little shindig at the Cypress. But what's shaking? You've been busy, huh? There was certainly a lot going on in your and Derek's lives. You had an inkling of what was once again coming to mind first for Derek. His body went stiff, and it was obvious that for once, he was struggling to find what to say. Understandably, Derek wasn't as confident in front of your family as he was with his own. He knew with his own family that he'd be supported unconditionally. But here, there was an underlying fear that he might not be good enough for this audience. Do we break the news ourselves, or do we encourage him to speak it? Well, he said that he already told his family. Let's take our turn and we break the news ourselves. Victor Orange Slice to the rescue. You wanted Derek to know, without a doubt, that you weren't the only one here that adored him. Stepping forward, you felt your heartbeat skip. Oh yeah, we've been busy. Me and Derek started dating. Man! Speaking of what we've done, Derek and I are a couple now. I've got some news. I asked Derek out earlier and he said yeah.
Wait, is it that recent?
Yeah. That's what Riot decided to happen. This is actually accurate.
It be that recent ago though.
I mean, literally today. Literally this day.
That's a shell shock for me.
Sure, let's do that. On the nose. I've got some news. I asked Derek out earlier and he said yeah. Ecstatic, you pointed at him over your shoulder with your thumb. Behind you, Derek offered a meek wave.
Why does it sound like the pointing meme? It's like, oh.
You took a second for the news to register, but it hit like a string of dominoes. Both of your mom's eyes went wide with surprise, and then Mr. Holden's did too. Mom bent forward with a soft chuckle and loudly snorted.
It happens.
I thought this might happen ever since Victor invited him to that soiree, remember? Dang, she's been betting on Derek since the soiree. Ma hummed nostalgically. She reached over and threaded her fingers together with Mom's.
Yes.
Derek has always been quite the gentleman. It didn't escape our notice that Derek has had an interest in our Victor long enough for us to know he means it.
True.
It's true. He's a keeper. Oh, we have our mom's approval. Victor is an excellent kid, and I know for a fact that Derek is a great guy. I'm sure things are gonna work out for you two. Thanks, Mr. Holden. And with that, Derek let out a relieved breath. You were ready to steady him out of worry, but that he might fall over with the release of his inner worries. But he brightened with a bold grin. He exuded so much confidence that you could almost believe the former tension never happened. Thanks, I appreciate that more than I can try to describe. You bet. She assuringly went over to Derek and patted his arm. Her gaze affectionately moved between you and him. The two of you are responsible adults and know what's right for you. If being together is it, then I wish you both the best. Ma came forward and clasped Derek's hand. Thank you for always treating our son so well. Oh dang, oh dang. Oh, it's the mom approval.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Even as friends, I'd never want to do wrong by Victor. You shifted your attention to Mr. Holden for his opinion next. He proudly gave you a thumbs up.
Absolutely.
The two of you ladies hit the nail on the head. Thanks.
Now.
Come now and tell us about how it all happened. We need the details. Oh man, they're gossiping. Marites. Mga marites. Ay nako, ang nanay talaga.
I mean, wait until they break out the baby album. Right?
No.
The baby albums.
The group relaxed and hung out in the living room. Each person shared updates from the past and plans for the future. It went on until the sun began to set. At that point, you and Derek decided that it was best to leave sooner rather than later. The end of the visit was accepted with grace. Bye, thanks again for coming to see us.
Take care.
Tell Mr. Suarez Happy Father's Day for us.
I gotcha.
We'll be sure to do that. Mr. Holden remained in his seat. He had already planned on visiting with your moms a little while longer.
See you.
Take care, I'll see the two of you tomorrow. Bye, great seeing you. And with that, you stepped out into the warm embrace of the evening air. Leaving that house, going onto that street, it was something you'd done countless times. Believing how much the context of that action had changed was hard. You were only here for a visit, and your boyfriend Derek Suarez had joined you. A true twist on the story of older days. Derek followed you out, but didn't go to his car. Instead, he stepped onto the center of the road and stayed there. His gaze wandered up the hill and past that, off into the distance. He spoke with a voice as comforting as the familiar song of the crickets. Hey, before we go, could we stretch our legs a bit? There's one other thing I want to do while we're here. Don't have to ask me twice. Lead the way.
Thank you.
Cool, thanks. Derek tilted his head in the direction he wanted to go. His mouth hooked into a grin, and then he started strolling. You followed at his side. He gently slipped his fingers around yours. It made your heart flutter joyfully. Oh man, I wish Rai were here. He would freak out.
Yeah.
I wish Riot were here. He would freak out at this. Oh, holding hands! Oh my god! Riot! Where are you? Riot!
You're missing me so much. You miss a lot.
We're eating good. Wait, I just realized in this situation, who's the top and who's the bottom?
Why are you asking that? Why are you asking that?
Come on, bro.
You're a worse Fujo than I am. Who's Dom and who's Sub? Dang. Dang, you're a worse Fujo than I am. Rotten guy.
Oh, okay. Like, who's the one wearing the pants in this situation, in this relationship is what I want to know.
I don't know, man. Let Riot decide. We need to let Riot decide on that one.
Nah, man. Nah, bro, I'm about to head out.
Oh goodness.
What are you?
Derek moved with wide, carefree strides. You giggled as you linked as your linked hands swung with each step. You found yourself headed outside to the residential area of Sunset Bird and onto the main street. It had been nice to refamiliarize yourself with the area during the little jaunt. Derek got a conversation going between you. Well, damn, that went better than I expected. With our families, though, even saying it out loud to them still hasn't made it totally real yet. There's no way you're actually dating me, I think. Oh, he still can't believe it. There's no way you're actually dating me, I think. It honestly feels like a dream. It's pretty unbelievable. You better start believing it because it's true. What I can't believe is that it took almost 10 entire years. That's what I'm thinking too.
You're not wrong.
What I can't believe is that it took almost 10 entire years. Yeah, let's do that. I think Riot would say that too.
Yeah.
Scrutinizing him, you let yourself think about the magnitude of the entire situation. It had been a long time coming. Derek cracked a smile before letting his gaze fall to the ground. The conversation hung on that note. The walk continued, and you had a good idea of where he was going at that point. There was something coming up in the middle of the path, and it wouldn't hold any interest to anyone other than you, Derek, and Cove.
Is it fire hydrant?
No. Oh, it's the cement. Hold on. For the three of you, it was special. Derek crouched down to the ground, right where you expected. He smiled wistfully at a decade-old inscription. The writing was well worn, but still visible. He slowly placed his finger over the small print he'd left in the concrete as a 13-year-old. Yes.
Hey,
Bye sauce. Oh man. Oh, now it's just the creature. It's the creature left now. Hey. Alright. He was so much larger than he used to be. His finger completely eclipsed the tiny mark. And yet, he seemed small again to you in that moment. We are currently at the grocery store next to the cemented pavement. Back when we were kids, we drew on that fresh cement.
I did not know about that part.
Yeah, we drew on that fresh cement. Cove wrote down, I don't remember, summer? And then I think Victor Orange Slice drew a smiley face while Derek just poked his finger on the cement. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he just poked his finger and didn't do a handprint?
Yeah, just a finger. He was too much of a responsible kid to be doing a crime.
Goodness.
And yet, he seemed small again to you in that moment. Next, Derek moved to the heart you made. Oh, we made a heart!
Oh, wow.
Not a smiley face. I thought he... Next, Derek moved to the heart you made. He dragged his fingertip over to carefully trace it. There was something on his mind that swept him miles away. All of a sudden, You had no idea what it could be, and that uncertainty left a sour taste on your tongue. Derek remained transfixed with the concrete and his own internal musing. Gradually, his frown worsened.
This sucks.
Time is such a sucky thing to play against. If you mess up, that's it. Even if you try to turn things around later, you're not getting what you lost back. It's just gone. What are you talking about? Do you think you've messed something up? That scares me. You should be proud of what you've been able to do. Making mistakes isn't a waste. I would say making mistakes isn't a waste. But what would Victor Orange Slice Riot do? That scares me. Let's just do making mistakes isn't a waste.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
You placed a comforting hand on his shoulder. Derek tried to smile. It was half-hearted. That's a better way to think about it than being eternally frustrated, but... He stopped, shifting his attention back to the ground instead. You could tell he couldn't apply it to himself. That was all that came of it. Derek pushed off the ground and got back on his feet. He brushed some dirt off and took his phone out. You can't apply that making mistakes are worth the time taken. Dang.
Do as they say, not as I do. Do as they say, not as I do. Practice what you preach. Whatever thing does the same thing.
No. He got a picture of himself giving a thumbs up in front of the concrete slab. The solemn air around him vanished.
Okay.
I gotta text this to Cove. Dang. Wait, I wanna be in the picture too.
Me too.
Cove will appreciate our pilgrimage to this stone idol. Our pilgrimage. But I wanna be in the picture too. Oh, sure. You held your hand out in the air above the markings and Derek went with another thumbs up. He snapped the picture. Now it's perfect. Yeah. You caught Derek's gaze wandering off again. He hummed thoughtfully and you followed his eyeline to the local store across the street.
Oh, man.
I just remembered I'm still low on groceries. We could journey over there. We could, but I'm worried things could go bad. Things could go bad on the drive back to the apartment. Plus, it's been a super long day already. How about we pick something up for dinner and save the shopping for tomorrow? My treat. How could I say no to free food? I vote for takeout. Free food!
By the way, I might not be available for the entirety of the stream, so
Alright.
you might be losing some extra thoughts.
Alright.
Yeah.
The voices in my head are slowly losing one by one. It'll return to just me now.
Yeah.
Think about what you're in the mood for and let's get going. Together, you eagerly went back the way you came. This time you got in the car and drove out of Sunset Bird once more. Derek ordered from your preferred drive-thru and temporarily parked in the shade to pass out the goods. He handed you your drink and a folded paper bag with your food. You dug in immediately. Derek's ride was nice and still had a new car smell. Ah yes, remember the new car smell? It's a weird smell, but I like it. Have you ever smelled new car smell?
Oh yeah, it's amazing.
Ah yes, the fresh leather, the upholstery, yes. He had no problem with people eating in it. He shared his philosophy of the inevitability that lived-in stuff is going to get dirty. He wasn't going to get mad about normal wear and tear. Mori, hello A4, hello! With a big family of busy boys, an inability to keep things pristine certainly must have been an unavoidable fact for life for Derek. How are you, A4? Actually,
A4.
after this driving scene, I might go and take a break because I'm feeling nasally. So that means I've been talking too much. I'll be taking a break too.
By the
Yeah,
way.
hydrate.
Hydrate, bye.
Hydrate.
Oh, I heard that gulp.
Gulp.
Yeah.
You and him enjoyed the meal. It was long finished when he pulled into his apartment's designated parking spot. With sunset dimmed down to inky blackness, it was hard to see. Derek switched on the interior car light as he gathered up the trash in the bags that dinner had come in. He led the way to his place, key in hand, and unlocked his door. Derek held it open for you instead of going through. You could have told someone he'd do that before it ever happened. That was second nature to Derek. You took a few steps in and flicked on the front light switch. Derek came in second and closed the door behind him.
Phew.
Phew! He walked further into his living room and flopped down on his couch. That was a successful day. A long, successful day. I feel like you've already been here a week and you got here this morning. Oh, yes, a really long day.
Damn.
I've practically forgotten I don't live here. I'm glad to be back. I've really been all around. It was such a nice time. I'm glad to be back. Today had cemented why you had come to this trip. You needed this. What a coincidence. I'm glad you're back too. Derek leaned his head back as he thought. Tomorrow's gonna be busy too. He raised his hand and counted each of the planned activities with a finger. Groceries, taking the boys out, and then the Father's Day thing. It'll be great. I'm already tired again just hearing it. I also want to go get something gift-wise for Father's Day. I want to go get something card-wise for Father's Day. Do we buy a gift for Father's Day? Would that be something Riot would do?
It'd be thoughtful, honestly.
Something
Like a gift or, like,
gift-wise.
some card. Yeah, gift-wise or card-wise would be good.
So add that to the list. I want to get your dad something for the holiday. I want to get something for Mr. Holden for the holiday. Something for your dad and Mr. Holden for that. Both!
Both is good.
Impressed.
Both is good. You're so nice. We can find something when we're out shopping, I bet. Thanks, that'll work out. Derek blinked sleepily, sinking further into the couch. He looked cozy. He shook himself and suddenly clapped his hands together. But hey, you probably want to shower and settle in for real, before it gets even later. He grabbed the back of the couch and hauled himself to his feet.
No worries.
We can always work on the schedule when we're not sweaty and exhausted. But that's the best time to plan things. Derek exhaled sharply at your joke, and you smiled. Yeah, I'll go gladly take your hot water. Bye, Derek. Derek waved you off as you returned to the guest room. You got out your stuff, put your toiletries in the bathroom, and showered. You tried to be quick and were soon in your pajamas, winding down for the night. Alright, this should be a good time to go on break. We will be taking a little break, guys. I need to rest my voice because I've been talking for 1.5 hours. So yeah, grab a snack, get your drinks. We will be going into a little ad break as well, so as to keep the pre-rolls off. But yeah, see you in maybe 5 minutes, question mark. Yeah, alright, bye.
Okay. Why?
I will leave Discord open for anyone to join as well. I'm still on break though. Let me just update the voice chat. I am on break. Mori on break. There. But we're live on stream and Discord is unmuted on the stream, so people in the stream, people watching the stream can hear you guys. Yes. Okay, there.
Ooh.
Now all of my everything I needed to say is now out. I need to go use the toilet now. Bye.
Bye. So Chad, how are you up to? What are you up to?
Hello.
I was updating my Pokemon TCG live.
Dang. No, you're going into it again. No.
I'm falling back down the rabbit hole. I was climbing out of it. And then I fell. I dragged my other friends as well. I was like, yeah. You should join me in as well, Mori.
I knew it. I knew you were going to say that.
Why not? It might be a good stream opportunity, right? Chat?
No,
Right,
not.
A4?
No. Pokemon card. No, no. No. I'm going to bed. Thanks for the good vibes. Alright, Rookie.
Oh,
Thanks for hanging out. Have a good rest.
bye, Yuki. Sleep well.
Welcome back. Thank you, A4. Alright. How long have I been out, actually?
Been out for 57 years, Mori.
Oh,
Yeah, it wasn't your fault.
I can't believe it. Oh no. I never realized I was on the toilet for 57 years.
The accident wasn't your fault.
No. No. Alright, back to the game. Back to Riot. Where are you, Riot?
Ryan, where are you?
I swear to God, if
Oh,
he's
he
like
is on
asleep or something.
He might be. He might be, or he might be out.
Oh man. Oh man.
That can only be the only explanations here, right?
Yeah. Hold on.
One more desperate attempt to try and drag him into his again.
No, I don't wanna do. I've been sending him so many DMs now.
Ah, okay. Clearly, you haven't said enough.
Alright, back to the
Next step of
game.
this would be calling him directly.
I do not want to. Oh my God, telephone number, phone number, man. Okay. Once again, you are back in your room. You plugged in your phone charger and unpacked tomorrow's clothes. A knock rattled your door. Can I come in? Yeah,
Thanks.
thanks. Derek accepted your invitation and shut the door behind him after he walked in. Sup, handsome man? Oh, oh, oh.
Oh.
Sup, handsome man? Oh, okay. Okay. Damn, if only Riot were here, he would have broken down from that. Sup yourself? You went over to Derek. You sat down on the bed for the conversation. You sat on the bed and patted the spot next to you. Oh, do we sit on the bed and also invite him to sit on the bed?
Honestly, inviting him to sit next to you is just like common courtesy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's reasonable, right? Reasonable. You shut your suitcase and climbed on the edge of the bed. You scooted to the corner, leaving room for a Derek-sized person to sit down. Derek stood in the corner of the room, not getting the hint until you gestured at the empty space beside you.
Oh.
Oh, he strode
Maybe it
forward
makes sense.
and hopped onto the mattress. The bed bounced beneath you. He grinned boyishly at you. Everything good in here? Yep. I've triple checked that I brought everything. Looks like I forgot my wallet, you joked. I forgot to pack shampoo and conditioner. Man. It is, thank you for asking. I've triple checked that I brought everything. Has Riot ever forgotten to bring anything on a trip yet? I don't know. I don't recall any of his stories. Like in real life, I'm just going to say, what would Riot do?
He probably had forgotten something at some point. Let's be honest here.
Really? But when he went on his trips, did he forget stuff as well? I don't remember him mentioning anything like that.
Yeah, no.
He might be over prepared actually. I triple checked that I brought everything. Whoa, triple checked. That's how you do it. Once I double checked when I was packing, and I found out when I got there that I forgot my phone charger. No, not the phone charger. Derek stretched his arms. Yeah, you can buy that.
You didn't forget to Like, was it lock the door on the way out?
Yeah. Derek stretched his arms above his head and yawned. Despite his sleepiness, he remained upbeat. Rather than seeming done with the conversation, he appeared to be mulling something over. Probably what to say next. He wasn't being responsible and going to bed early. You didn't mind. This was your first day having gotten together and there was no need to rush its end. A spark came to his eyes, inspiration striking him. He instinctively leaned closer to you, bringing your faces almost nose to nose. Oh! 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 Hold on, let me adjust my arm stand.
Hey, Mori's got an arm stand.
Yeah, my mic is on an arm prop thing. And it gets noisy when I move it around while the mic is on. So I need to mute on stream.
Yeah, hold on.
But bringing your faces almost nose to nose. Victor! While you're here, we should go to a water park. There's one a ways away, so it'd be so worth it. He eagerly continued to lay out his thought process.
Oh, man.
We haven't done something like that since that boardwalk. Man, that was ages ago, and our families were there. If we tried it, we could keep it just you and me. Obviously, there's not a chance tomorrow, so how about the day after that? We could get there first thing, spend the afternoon together, and get going before it's getting late. He paused and took a hopeful breath, all of his attention focused on your reaction. So, what do you think? I'd love to go, that's perfect. I'd be willing to give it a try, well, alright. Would Riot be happy on a one-on-one trip with Derek to the water park? I think he would. I'd love to go. It sounded like a lot of fun. You remembered how much Derek had talked up water parks before. Going to a water park would be such a fantastic thing to do.
Alright.
Alright. Wait a second. His eyes went wide as something dawned on him. Would that be a date? Am I asking you on a date? That's how it sounded to me. A water park date. The realization hit him hard. Derek's teeth were clenched and he leaned back as he tried to process. Oh, hold on. He held his hands in the air in front of you, frantically, and gestured for you to stay. I gotta go do something, but I'll be right back. Please, well, you know. He launched himself off the bed and across the floor. He fled the room before you could blink. You stayed put, not sure what else to do. Derek should be okay. Hopefully. You were intrigued and wondered what he was doing. Your imagination ran wild with possibilities. Was he getting something? Did he need to talk to someone? This had to be related to accidentally asking you on a date, right? You waited in silence, occasionally tapping your foot. It had been about a minute until your phone rang. You couldn't help but chuckle at the absurd timing of the interruption. You glanced at your phone on the side table and then craned your neck to see if Derek was anywhere to be found. Derek wasn't in the hall. You went over to your phone and picked it up. You didn't plan on answering, but did want to see who in the world needed to ring right at the moment. The name lit up by your caller ID was Derek. Huh? Was he doing a phone call? Hello? What? You paused, doing nothing but staring at the jingling device in your palm. Then you slid your finger over the screen to answer. Well, what a coincidence that you'd call. I was just thinking of you. Derek chuckled. You could hear the nerves in his voice even through the slight distortion from the phone.
Hello.
Hello, this is Derek Suarez. You were on my mind too, and I want to see you. And so, I'm calling you to ask if you agree to go on a date on Monday. You instantly laughed, loudly but affectionately. Why did you have to call to ask me that? People arrange dates in person all the time. Derek Derek hesitated before responding. Then he replied soft and shy. He's like setting up an appointment to the doctors or something. Well, if you
So
want the
cute.
truth, since I was finally asking you out for real, I felt like I owed it to my younger self to do it over the phone. Then, okay.
Oh.
This only gave you more questions. You waited for him to continue. His voice quieted to almost a whisper. There were... Over the years, I thought about you a lot. You've never been forgettable. Oh. Damn. Oh.
I missed you.
Did you hear that, chat? Did you hear that voice
didn't.
line?
I didn't. Hang on. Let me
Redo that. Bro's a silly man, but he says silly things as well. Well, this one's not silly, but ready? 3, 2, 1.
I missed you.
Hang on. The delay on the stream. Oh my goodness.
Yee! No matter how busy I was,
Oh, goodness.
I still remember how great it was hanging out. I missed you. Dang! 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 Vine boom! Vine boom!
Wait. Where's the soundboard? I feel like we lost the sound with the vine boom. No.
No, it's still there. It's still there. You can find it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Blind.
like you see the disconnect thing right under there is the soundboard.
No, the sound boom. The
Vine boom. Oh,
Yeah.
in Twitch, it's right there.
No.
Is it
Oh,
not?
okay. I mean, you mean on Twitch? On our soundboard on the Discord. server.
It's also available on the soundboard. Whoa.
Hey, I'm gonna quick. Scrambling for soundboard. Where's the vine boom? Bonk. Posture check. Biko dayo. Reward. Of course I have to. Hang on.
Bruh.
Party horn.
Wait, do I have Vine Boom? I don't think I have Vine Boom.
Oh, there it is. I found it. There we go.
Oh my god. And then I'd hype myself up, tell myself to pick up the stupid phone and ask you out. It wouldn't be the end of the world if you didn't want to, and hey, maybe it would work out. I'd march over to the phone, put it to my ear and my fingers on the buttons, and then nothing. I'd put it back down with a sigh and think about how I didn't really have the time, and you were probably busy, and you wouldn't want to date me anyway. Oh man, he chickened out. Man. This time, I did it. I really called you and I said what I wanted to say. I wouldn't have said no if you asked. I'm sorry, Derek, I didn't know. If I'm being honest, sometimes I thought you didn't like me. I wanted to invite you over too, but I didn't want to bother you either. Well, that's frustrating. Why would you think that? You didn't know what to think. I feel like... What would Riot... what would Riot do? I mean, this is like the closest thing I could think of Riot picking. I wanted to invite you over too, but I didn't want to bother you either. Let's just go with that. Maybe.
Yeah, probably.
There were so many missed opportunities between the two of you, and now you were realizing that it was even more than you had thought. Derek laughed, a short and uncomfortable sound. I'm sorry you worried about that too. Nerves are killer. No one spoke and the awkwardness began to press on you. But Derek brightened his voice, unwilling to let it linger any longer. Well, it's late. I shouldn't keep you up. I'll see you tomorrow bright and early. We should plan to leave the apartment by around 8 for shopping. Everything's close enough that we can walk, if that's alright. Okay.
Good night.
Great. Good night, Victor. Good night, Derek. Don't let the bed bugs bite. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, night. You hummed affirmatively. Don't let the bed bugs bite. You heard a beep and the call ended. You put your phone back on the table in your empty room. After all of what... I think that's a typo. After all of that, you had earned your exhaustion. You were at your limit. Too sleepy to do anything else, you flick the light switch and went straight to bed. You woke up the next morning in an unfamiliar but awfully comfortable bed. The sheets smelled of an unknown laundry detergent. You slowly absorbed your surroundings. This was Derek's place, wasn't it? And you were on a schedule. You groaned and rolled over to check the clock on the side table. It was hours before you had to leave. You had woken up with plenty of time. You had slept in. You needed to hurry. I feel the need to click slept in because that's what Riot would be.
Yeah.
That's what Riot would happen. Like right now! Like right now! Riot! Riot! Riot, where are you?
Where are you? Where are you?
You had slept in, you needed to hurry. You raced out of bed and threw your stuff together. As soon as possible, you'd made your way into the living room. All the while, the conversation from the night before was dogging your thoughts. Oh, wait, what? That's the first time I've ever heard of that phrase before. Dogging your thoughts?
Yeah, it's like relentless, like being relentless about something.
Oh,
Yeah.
English.
Like, constantly like pestering you.
I have learned a new dog phrase. Yippee! The dog learned a new dog phrase.
Yeah.
It was a heavy admission from him, his lack of confidence to reach out to you, but you didn't want to dwell on it. It was a big day for the entire Suarez family, and you didn't want to rain on their parade just because you were aware that it used to flood in the past. Whether Derek would bring it up if he wanted to talk more about it, but until then, you would let it lie. The man on your mind was the first thing you saw as you stepped out of the hall. He was fully dressed and lounging on the couch.
Morning.
Morning, Victor. You blinked wearily and yawned dramatically. Ah, it's so early. Yeah, you made it. You knew you were barely on schedule, but technically it was before 8 AM. You took the win. Meh. You glanced around and your gaze landed on a little sticky note on the kitchen counter that hadn't been there last night. What's the note?
Don't worry about that.
You can forget about it. I was about to toss it. I wrote it to let you know I was going to the gym, in case you woke up and discovered I had vanished. Oh. Oh. You smiled at his consideration. He could have texted you, but had probably worried about disturbing you. Making physical notes was an old habit of his. You're such a morning person. Thanks for leaving the note. Sorry for getting up early enough. Sorry for not getting up early enough to actually read it. Thanks for leaving the note. You're such a morning. Damn, he's the polar opposite of Baxter. Baxter's like a... He doesn't do well with mornings. We've discovered this in step 3 as well. Which wow, he's exactly the opposite of Baxter. Oh my gosh. Thanks for leaving the note. You're welcome. Derek stretched out and then clambered down off the couch. I'm gonna finish getting ready. Then we can get going. Looks like you're the one waiting for me, not the other way around. He snorted at his acknowledgement. He laughed as well. The morning person was technically running as late as you. Derek took a quick shower and you two left the apartment to run your errands before the day could start in earnest. Derek picked the most direct path to the nearby grocery store. Around you, the city bustled as people tried to get to work. Cars lined the streets and people hurried into various buildings. It's Father's Day. It took approximately 10 minutes! A 10-minute walk to the grocery store? I'm not much of a walker, so even 5 minutes is pretty long for me in walking. But knowing Riot, I think that would be fine for him. He walks like hour-long nightly walks, right?
Honestly.
It took approximately 10 minutes to reach the automatic doors of the store and step into the air conditioning. Various displays tried to sell you on all the Father's Day deals. There wasn't much about it that set this one apart from the one in your old town. We're probably gonna need a cart. He pulled one out with a smooth movement. It had a slightly squeaky wheel.
Let's get to it.
There, we're ready to go. He leaned over the handle like he was about to start a cart race, waiting for the shot to go off. So, what protein you want? For the person who doesn't work out, that's an odd question to ask. It was a good question. At that point of your life, you were not a picky eater and ate almost anything. That was something Derek was already aware of, but he couldn't make an entire meal plan for you. We can start cooking at home for some of your meals, though a lot of what we'll eat today will probably still be from my parents' house or restaurants. I'd say we'll only need 2 or 3 packs of things.
What do you think?
I'm thinking chicken, sausage, and eggs. But you can get something else. I want to make sure there's stuff you want to eat. You inspected your surroundings and thought about what you wanted. Wanted beef, pork, bacon, lamb, turkey, salmon. Salmon? Cod,
Salmon,
shrimp,
ooh.
tofu, lentils, beans. You wanted what Derek had suggested. What did Derek suggest? Chicken...
I didn't. Can you check the
chicken,
logs,
sausage, and eggs. Yeah, I checked the logs. Chicken, sausage, and eggs. That's actually pretty good.
Honestly, yeah, simple and efficient.
He wanted what Derek had suggested. That'll work. Great.
All right.
Let's grab some good vegetables to go with that. Some rice or whatever. Oh, and some rice or whatever? No, the rice is
Oh god.
non-negotiable. It is...
The rice is non-negotiable.
It is
Yes.
mandatory.
Maybe replaceable with pasta, but no, otherwise you need carbs.
Let's remember to check the discount rack. We should get a jug of lemonade. How about oatmeal too? Let's grab some granola. We need a pineapple. Huh? Sure, that's the plan. Let's check the discount rack. Derek snorted. He craned his neck around to look for it.
I'm impressed.
You're a genius.
So,
Oh, and what were you thinking of getting for a gift? I'm gonna grab a card for Mr. Holden while we're at it. What would be a good gift for Mr. Suarez and Mr. Holden? Oh, good lord, I didn't think this far.
Coffee mug. Coffee mug. It's always
Coffee
the same
mug.
Coffee mug.
Number 1 dad for both of them.
Yeah.
You considered your
I mean, if you want,
options.
you could also go for power tools.
On the bud. I don't know, man. I don't think we have money.
Okay, fair
It
enough.
need to be easy to transport. Something that could go bad probably wouldn't be the best choice. You thought about what Derek's dad would appreciate. You went for... What would Mr. Suarez like?
A mahogany deer statue. How about that?
No.
A mug.
A mug. Sure, a mug. For Mr. Holden, you imagine what he'd enjoy. You selected... I mean, he likes cards. But do we give him... He's a good card player. He's from Las Vegas.
Oh.
So he's a pretty good card player. But do we
Maybe,
give him a pack of cards? for Father's Day?
I mean, it's a lot of counts, right?
Sure.
Like poke cards. You're actually like trading cards or something.
Nah. Alright. Okay.
It's the latest set.
I'm going to blame you if he didn't like it, okay? Alright?
Okay, yeah, I take full responsibility of this. Clip it now, chat, if you can.
Cool. You began your very purposeful browsing. Derek speed walked with the cart. He kept things moving but wasn't rushing you either. It was nearly as leisurely as when you'd first shopped with him. Neither of you were in a rush and appreciated the company. However, as adults, the atmosphere between you was markedly different. Before, you had investigated the store as if every shelf could hold buried treasure. Now, the items took little attention, and you spent more energy absorbing each other's presence. Grocery shopping was more of a chore and less of an experience. However, even chores weren't bad with Derek. You both debated brands, helped spot elusive items, and encouraged each other to get what you wanted. If one of you hesitated over something, the other would compel the other to treat themselves. Oh no, they're enablers. Mutual decisions were praised for the good taste, and the strange selections were jokingly critiqued. It was the best visit to the grocery store you'd had in ages. When you checked the discount rack, there were small packets from the store's bakery, mostly cookies from the day before. It wasn't grand, but it was a more reasonably sized treat for two than, say, a whole pie. That's how Derek felt about it. He grabbed one and dropped it in the cart. Knowing him, he planned to share. After getting the goods, you went through the self-checkout to pay for it all. Derek scanned and you begged until everything was put away and paid for. Man, imagine having self-checkout. I would like to experience that, but that would never happen here.
Yeah,
I don't think that would ever happen.
Yeah, the same thing from in America, like with Walmart? Like the same problem with Walmart would probably happen here as well. Like everyone would be just stealing things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, that would be an experience. Like self-checkout, yeah. You be the cashier. Oh. The first part of the shopping trip was over. Now you had to carry it all back on foot. We're carrying grocery, walking back on foot for 10 minutes. Oh, good lord.
Let's go, it's a workout.
Derek loaded himself up with supplies eagerly. Do you normally carry your groceries like this? I didn't think about how we would have to walk back with this stuff. It's nice seeing him in a good mood. What do we do? Do you normally carry your groceries like this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd rather do it this way than drive. I mean, sure. Indeed, you saw no struggling from Derek. It occurred to you that this was his second workout today, and it wasn't even 9 o'clock yet. He continued to grab the bags without asking you to help. It soon became obvious that he intended to carry all of them. You hurried and snatched a few bags before he could. You wouldn't let him get away with such a scheme? Oh, well, thank you. You retraced the path back to the apartment, crossing through the crowded streets with bundles of groceries. Oh man, walk in 10 minutes. How far is like a 10-minute walk? Maybe about half a kilometer? Or not. Maybe I'm overestimating it.
Nah, I have no idea. Depends on as you walk, honestly.
Yeah. The pace was brisk. The two of you had places to be and people to see. As soon as you returned, Derek dumped the bags onto the counter. He turned his head over his shoulder to face you. We can just put the cold stuff in the fridge and leave the rest. We've gotta go soon. You placed what you carried at the end of the counter. You snatched the eggs and opened the nearly empty refrigerator. Where in the fridge?
Never works.
Wherever you'll remember it being. What sage organizational advice? You nodded along with Derek's enthusiasm. Is that you? Would that be you? Bonsai. Just put it where you would remember it.
Yes, and sometimes yes. It's a 50-50. I feel like.
Yeah, that would be me as well. I remember I put it on this table, right next to the empty mug, but now it's gone. Where did it go? Did I put it somewhere else? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? Let's do it. With confident determination, the two of you tore through the bags in search of goods that needed to stay chilled. With the team effort, it only took a couple minutes to put the groceries away safely. Nice work, Victor. He offered you a triumphant high five. You gave his hand a loud smack. Now nothing's stopping us. We can actually eat some of these groceries we got. Alright, team. Immediately, if not sooner. Given the ticking clock, you had a fast and simple breakfast. While it wasn't fancy, it satisfied your appetite and would fuel you throughout the day. When you're done, Derek placed the dirty dishes in the sink. He gave them a light rinse and wiped his hands.
Right.
We gotta go, the bros are waiting. In short order, you exited the apartment. As you would be staying out longer, Derek was more cautious leaving his place. Derek double-checked that he locked the door and went to his car. You jumped in the passenger seat and buckled your seatbelt. Derek started the ignition and checked behind him before he easily pulled out of the spot. George texted me and said he was already at Mom and Dad's place. He's gonna leave his car there and then you, me, him, and Nico will all go in mine. It'd be too much of an extra hassle to make George drive behind us. He grinned cheekily with a knowing glance. But I did already tell him you had dibs on shotgun. Man. You're a champ. You didn't have to do that. Does George normally get shotgun? I hope your brothers aren't mad about that. Dating you is already paying off, bro.
Brr.
You're a champ.
You know it.
I'm happy to use my eldest brother powers for you. Man. Derek was bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. His focus stayed on the road. He boldly navigated through the parked streets, his entire demeanor screaming his familiarity with this drive. Alright, time to hydrate. The sounds of traffic droned on, making it easy to zone out. You hadn't even noticed that the conversation had completely dropped off until Derek spoke up with a question.
You doing okay?
Did you sleep alright? The first night in a new place can be rough. I slept too well. I overslept. I barely stopped sleeping. It was nice.
I'm still asleep.
I'm still asleep. I think I might have tossed and turned, but it's fuzzy. I slept too well. Impossible. Glad to hear it though. So, how was your gym adventure? It was excellent. I worked up a sweat this morning. Thanks for asking. That's good. What do you think we'll do today? What's your workout schedule? Do you think Nicholas will be alright? He seemed down yesterday. Do we bring it up right now?
We could.
I don't wanna. Well, it's his brother, he'll deal with it. What do you think we'll do today? It's a mystery.
Maybe.
Well, sort of. George would probably want to go see a game, if there's anything good happening. Go see a game? Like, football? Other than that, he'd pick whatever is current at the movies. But it's Nico controlling today's activities, and he has a distinctive style. Expect him to pick what we usually don't do, so it could be almost anything. You listened to him with interest as he chatted about the previous Nico misadventures. The bee farm in particular sounded inspired. They went to a bee farm? Dang!
Oh my god.
Derek turned into the same parking lot from the day before. You'd arrived at the other Suarez household. You both got out of the car and walked up to their door in the complex. It swung open before Derek could knock. Derek took a step back, not expecting it. George grinned from the doorway and welcomed you inside.
Hey.
Hey, bro.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. George fist bumped his brother, each of them excited. Hey, George, what's up? You know, life. Man. Alright. He led you further into the condo. Nicholas was lounging on the couch. He twisted around to face you.
You're here.
You're here. Oh, hold on. What the hell? It's the first time I actually heard his voice.
Oh, hold on.
Nah, it's not something important. Don't worry about it. Keep at your whatever you're doing.
You're here.
Oh,
Hello,
it's typical bright teenage guy voice. You're here. His voice was casual and his face was politely pleasant. He eased off the cushion, getting to his feet. Without any particular hurry, he drifted over towards the entryway. Of course, we wouldn't miss it. You noticed Mr. and Mrs. Suarez cleaning up in the kitchen. They must have just finished breakfast themselves. Oh, looks like we have company. Welcome, it's nice to see you two. We were just here yesterday, ma'am. Derek nodded and his mom turned around to put a jar of strawberry jam into the refrigerator.
Hello.
Hello, Derek. Good morning, Victor. How was the drive? Hi, Dad. The drive was the same as usual, but forget about that. Derek lit up with anticipation and beamed.
Congrats.
Happy Father's Day! Yeah, Happy Father's Day! Mrs. Suarez patted her husband on the back, and he puffed up, full proud dad mode. Thank you. Oh, and my mom said Happy Father's Day too. He directed his attention towards you. Thank you again. It's a wonderful day already. Derek observed contentedly before glancing over his brothers. George had pulled out his phone at some point, and Nicholas absent-mindedly fiddled with his hair clips. You two ready to go?
Yeah.
I was born ready. Alright, Nicholas. Alright. With that zealous claim, Nicholas was suddenly all fired up. George crossed his arms, decidedly not as energetic. I'm not that level of ready, but I can manage leaving now. Do you need anything, Victor? Nope. Alright, let's go.
Are you sure?
No one needs to go potty. Oh man, not that. Oh man, Mrs. Suarez, no. Mrs. Suarez poked her head into the conversation, her expression too innocent. All three of her sons slumped their shoulders and sighed. Yes, Mom.
Yes, Mom.
Yes, Mom. Perfect. She clapped her hands together and the boys relaxed, all showing different degrees of amusement.
Have a good one.
Have fun and we'll see you this evening. Goodbye.
See you later.
See you tonight, we'll be there. Now, let's roll out. Transformers, let's roll out.
Alright, Optimum Prime.
No. Derek led the way after waving to his parents. He held the door for you and his brothers. Outside, he unlocked the car and it beeped. George and Nicholas beelined for the vehicle. George initially went for the passenger seat before catching himself and opening the back car door. Nicholas barreled into the back seat without hesitation. You and Derek got into the car, completing the seating arrangement that Derek had discussed prior. As Derek turned the key in the ignition, it struck you that the last time you had been on outing with only the four of you was when you'd been the boys' babysitter. Now George was an actual adult and Nicholas wasn't that far behind him. It was surreal, thinking about how much had changed over the years. Everyone had grown up. You wondered how Nicholas and George felt about hanging out with the big kids as equals. You glanced at the two through the rear view mirror and noticed Nicholas's gaze on you, with an expression that you couldn't quite place. Derek cranked up the AC but kept the car in park. He leaned his head back.
What's up?
So Nico, where am I going? The youngest leaned forward, sticking his head through the gap between the car's front seats. I want to go to Sake. Oh, we're going to Sake!
To who?
I think it's pronounced cake, but it's the bakery. It's a bakery. Oh my god, we're actually going there. Oh my god, we're
Oh my god.
This is also the bakery that appears in Baxter's epilogue, as well as the wedding DLC. So, dang, hey yo. Hey, yo! Derek raised his eyebrows and exchanged a look with George. Whoa, that is a surprise. Even more of one than I had figured. You're not a fan of cakes and cupcakes and all that thing sugary. Yeah, I thought you grew out of all of that. George's tone was more teasing than Derek's, dry with mock skepticism. Nicholas rolled his eyes. I did. Most desserts are totally inedible. This place is different. The owner is cool, and we should support local businesses. They've got vegan and gluten-free options, and other stuff too. Now can we get over there? The later it gets, the more stuff will be sold out. Bring it up on your phone. It should be 20 minutes from here. Derek checked, but chose not to comment on all the defensive explanations. Despite everything, he still loves sweets. Surely.
A true sweet tooth. Indeed.
Your wish is my command.
Thanks.
Thank you. Nicholas smiled sweeter than his dessert preferences. Derek brought out his phone and typed out Zake. Oh, so that's how it's pronounced. Zake! On the maps program, nothing obvious turned up. Nicholas snorted, still poking his head towards the front of the car. Try an X, not a Z.
I gotcha.
Gotcha. Derek corrected his spelling and then tapped the first result. It was open, averagely busy, and an estimated 22 minutes away. Now buckle up. Nicholas flung himself backwards and settled in his seat. Derek waited for him to click his seatbelt before shifting the car into reverse. George had been buckled since his brother had started the car, and you weren't far behind. He wondered if it was normal for Nicholas to need a reminder. The directions chimed in over the speakers to head east. Derek shook his head. Let me escape the parking lot first. He muttered to the mapping program as it kept giving him unhelpful instructions. Don't you hate it when the navigation is telling you to go right when there's a wall
yes.
right there?
Very true.
Go
very
right.
true, indeed.
What? Do you want me to go into a wall? Once he reached the road, it finally stopped complaining about Derek's twists and turns. George drew one of his legs up and leaned against the car door, getting comfy. If we're gonna go somewhere with a bakery, we could have gone to the grocery store. Think about the convenience.
No.
Come on, bro, we got a car now. We can have higher standards than the grocery store's bakery section. Dang. Dang. George laughed back at him but doubled down.
No.
I still would have picked a normal supermarket. It's a classic. Derek grinned as he flicked his turn signal on. Most of his attention was on the stoplight in front of him, but he still took the opportunity to banter.
Sorry.
Sorry, George. Victor and I went to the grocery store today without you. Already? Yeah, I was basically out of everything. Shoot, we missed out then. George closed his eyelids tightly and hummed in thought. Remember back when Nicholas insisted on using his allowance on a carton of eggs so he could see if cooking worked? Have you ever cooked an egg on the sidewalk before? Oh man, the awkward silence. No, I'm taking that as a no. Oh yes, he's breaking up. The brain cell is disintegrating.
No, what do you mean?
Have you
Can you
cooked
hear me,
an
Mori?
egg on the sidewalk before?
Oh yeah. Well, stream is offline on YouTube.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Stream is offline on YouTube?
Never mind. It's just on my end. Not bad.
Boo. Boo.
But indeed.
But YouTube is not receiving enough data apparently. I don't know what's happening there.
Damn.
But Twitch is running fine.
Not enough data. Why can't you give him? Why can't you give YouTube more data?
Alright.
Doing this.
Yeah, I also remember all the raw egg puddles and eating scrambled eggs for breakfast and dinner. Nicholas shrugged his shoulders high, justified but hiding his embarrassment. Inquiring minds had to know. And it was more exciting than getting an apple. George's eyes narrowed, openly judging his little brother. I wanted to eat an apple and I did. My purchase led to zero regret, unlike your science experiment. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I always wanted to try frying an egg on the street. I tried the egg thing too when I was a kid. George is still bored. Cracking eggs on the ground is an even bigger mess than the pie fight. Did you two do the thing where you stuck your hands in the veggie mist? Ooh. Have you never seen the veggie mist?
Is that the thing that keeps the vegetables moist in the grocery store?
Yeah.
I know what that I've seen something like that before, but it was at a swimming resort at the entrance.
What? You get veggie misted? Dang. At a swimming resort? Dang.
You get veggie misted at the entrance is like I don't know.
Imagine being a vegetable.
Man, what do you mean? It's not hard for me to imagine that I am one.
Oh man. The tiny
My
tree
brain
has
is a
spoken.
vegetable.
Yeah. Who didn't? I don't know. It's only natural to stick your hand in the mist when it turns on. It's refreshing. The lively discussion continued through the drive. About 20 minutes later, the GPS chimed that the destination was on the right. Derek turned into a packed row of shops. Above one of them, a bright pink sign with an electrified swirl letters proclaimed itself as Zake. It grabbed your attention, standing out amongst the more sedate signs around it. Nicholas shimmied in his seat. Derek found a parking place along the street and carefully parallel parked. Oh, this man can parallel park.
Amazing. Such high skill.
Enough cars zoomed past on the street that Derek and Nicholas didn't feel safe opening their car doors. You and George got out first and waited on the sidewalk for the two to crawl through. Nicholas stifled his laughter as he watched Derek contort himself over the gear shift. The spot had a meter, so Derek paid for 30 minutes worth of parking. We should be in and out, right? You're not planning to have a whole meal here? Definitely not.
All
That
right.
place is in and out. You know that
In and out. Oh man. Have you tried that? Is there in and out here? Have they franchised here yet?
If they do, it's probably in like the actual like central city of sorts, right?
Central Ci- No, it's
know,
for
like,
the rich peoples.
Yeah.
It would
it's in the
probably
rich
be in
people
BGC.
area. Yeah.
Despite the minor bumps getting there, all the boys were visibly thrilled. You were delighted. Nicholas fussed with his hair and readjusted his romper. Once he had straightened it back out, he nodded at George, who waited by him. Derek marched ahead of the pack. Huh?
Oh, the romper?
Romper? Yeah.
Oh, the romper?
The thing that Nicholas is wearing is called a romper. Nicholas is the one wearing hair clips, by the way.
Yeah.
I like his style though.
Yeah.
It's
he's got,
really
like,
fun.
Wild hair.
I don't think I could manage that amount of hair at all.
Yeah.
Derek marched ahead of the pack, and you were certain he was going to hold Sake's door open for everyone. You treasured his gallantry. You rushed ahead to open it first. Yeah, let him have his pride. He truly was considerate. You felt warm inside when he took hold of the handle and pushed it forward. He held it wide and waited for you and his little brothers to pass. Nicholas skipped on by with George not far behind him. You followed them but turned to Derek on the way in. Why, thank you, noble Derek. Oh, good lord. Oh, I felt the cringe.
No worries.
The
No.
extravagance.
No problem. You continued in, and Derek was only a step behind you. It is sake! It is sake! Ayo! Swinging. The swinging of the door as it closed jingled a sprightly bell. It set the tone of the place immediately, a classy yet cozy atmosphere that was full to bursting with warm and inviting scents. And most everything had some shade of pink or cream. If the owner could have made the green leaves of live plants around the room a delicate baby pink instead, you didn't doubt they would have. The four of you went over and clustered together near the front of the shop. Today's freshly made confections sat in perfectly aligned rows inside a glass display. Each had its own paper doily underneath. Oh, fancy.
Ooh, doy.
Doilies fancy. No other customers were inside at that time, but you weren't alone for more than a minute. The bell had announced your arrival, and the sound drew out someone from the back. It's Xavier! It's Xavier! They blended in with the store's style so exactly it had to be intentional. Their softly pointed face was painted with expertly applied makeup that could rival the pristine details of the cakes on offer. That was framed by a few strands of shoulder-length pastel pink hair. The rest of it was propped onto a fancy updo with floral accessories. As glamorous as the employee was, they weren't too good for a homey apron to protect their pretty clothes from messy behind-the-scenes work that lovely baked treats demanded. A shiny purple button on one strap had their pronouns printed in black letters. They, them. They greeted the small crowd with a gentle, amiable tone. Welcome to Sake. Thank you for coming by.
Hi.
My name's Xavier, the head baker, and I own the shop too.
Hey.
Sup, Xavier? Oh, he's so casual. His reply was familiar, to the point of being flippant. Nico wasn't even looking at them when he said it. He leaned lower and began perusing the daily selections up close. Hello, Nico. Your patronage is always appreciated. Oh, he's a regular. Mr. I don't like sweets is actually a regular of the bakery.
Oh, shocker.
Oh, shocker. Oh, shocker. Wow, I am so shocked. Wow. Oh. With the personal gradings between the two complete, Xavier looked over the rest of your gang with a friendly smile.
Good to see you.
It's good to see you again too. Derek's usual conversationalist skills failed him. He was loath to embarrass another person by pointing out the little fact that they weren't seeing each other again. A total stall in the exchange was avoided thanks to the fact that George didn't have the same reservations. He could speak far more frankly. We've never been here before, only Nico. Though maybe Victor has? I can't speak for him. He raised an eyebrow while glancing your way. He paused his small correction to let you contribute your side concerning the bakery. You shook your head at the possibility of this being a repeat spot for you. As far as you knew, Sake didn't even exist the last time you were in the city. Not me either, I've never seen this place. That's what I thought. You don't know us. Xavier's grin was undaunted. That might have been a customer service skill, but Nicholas snickering mischievously in the background gave away that something else was likely the reason for their calm reaction to George's directness. You Suarez brothers may not have been all together in my bakery before, but we certainly have already met more than once. 4 eyes went wide, and 2 mouths grimaced at the same time, in the same way.
I feel myself losing myself.
Oh, what's happening to you?
Yeah, I'm losing brain cells. I can feel myself slipping into EPiness.
No.
I should
Hold on.
No.
All right, go have a good nap.
Go enjoy the rest of the stream.
See ya.
Where's the Discord disconnect button? There it is. Bye.
Bye. Alright, back to one voice. Back to one voice again. You'll have me for at least 20 more minutes, chat. Oh my god. Oh, I'm checking the bitrate and suddenly there's a dip in the thing. Alright, one last for the road. Alright, bye, Bonsai. Hello, Syro. So yeah, it's been a while. Hello, welcome back. We're still playing. You got 20 more minutes of live stream before I end the stream. But yeah, how are you doing? 20 minutes? I mean, like, probably 10 because I'm ending on 5 p.m. But yeah, how are you? We are currently playing the epilogue to Derek's DLC. And we are at Sake! Xavier spoke so surely and plainly. Derek and George flipped instantly from viewing them as a stranger to embarrassment over forgetting someone they should have known. And Victor, was it? I think we might be acquainted too. Your face was a perfect reflection of their shock. You were skeptical. Maybe it was a joke Nico and them were pulling. That made you curious. You eagerly waited to find out more. It suddenly hit you what they meant. Yeah, this is Xavier, the one who did the face painting in the boardwalk. In the far reaches of your mind, you relived sitting uncomfortably in a cheap plastic chair and staring straight into those purple-brown eyes for much longer than you reasonably would with a stranger. But there was a special exception for them because they were hard at work painting a shooting star on your cheek. Two of the three brothers transparently inspected Xavier up and down, trying to put together how they might have met the mysterious baker who claimed to know them. Meanwhile, the youngest of the set pretended he was still scrutinizing the desserts. But unless they had jokes hidden in the frosting, Nicholas's highly amused smirk reflected on the glass revealed that he was fully engaged in the conversation happening above him. Alright, time for a hydrate. You and Nicholas were on the same page, as you were also observing the scene with amusement. It wasn't your story, so you'd patiently keep quiet about the reveal you already knew was coming. George tilted his head from one side to the other and crossed his arms. Derek subconsciously scratched the side of his face at the awkward turn this had taken.
Well...
Sorry, I'm blanking on who you are. How did we meet? Xavier's eyes fluttered closed as they primly straightened their apron.
Don't apologize. Don't apologize.
Nicholas was in his hair clips and wild locks is very recognizable. He hasn't changed at all. If I only saw one of you as an adult in isolation, I doubt I would have realized who you were either. As adults? That one point jumped out at George so distinctly he spoke it back to Xavier as if he was Nicholas mimicking Derek. Exactly, the last time we saw each other, you were at least 2 foot shorter. Xavier hovered their flattened fingers in front of them like they were resting on a counter, roughly around 4 feet high as a visual demonstration. They progressively lifted their hand up until their palm was high enough that it could have sat on top of a fully grown George's head if he was closer. Utilizing their tiptoes was necessary for the feat. I've always had an artist's soul, but my medium wasn't always decorative pastries. My first job straight out of high school was painting faces at the big boardwalk park. Oh. She was straight out of high school when she did face painting stuff? Dang.
Whoa.
Whoa. Derek's face went alight with a flash of recognition. The fingers had been scraping his skin twitched and then started to search. I can't read today. Then started to searchingly press along the length of his cheek, as though a painted spider might have suddenly appeared there. George slapped his hand against his forehead. That had all become so obvious to him. The trio The trio of excitable yet well-behaved brothers who'd come by a few times a year were some of my favorite customers. But Xavier, quite literally, didn't forget about you either, and they shifted their gaze to rest on you.
Well,
And I'm relatively sure one time the boys brought friends with them, and one of those friends was you. A huge childlike grin filled out Derek's face. He looked no different than he did all the years ago when you first met Xavier, massive muscles aside.
I'm impressed.
You're spot on. One time Victor and his older sis came with us, and we all stopped by your face painting saw. I can't believe we met again, and like this, in a bakery of all things. It's awesome. Derek resolved to restart the interaction on the right foot, and he finally gave a greeting of his own to Xavier. Hey again, Xavier the artist. The middle brother followed the eldest example and offered a reprise to his original statement.
Oh.
Oh, okay. Good to see you again, too. This is so cool. Small world, Xavier. You shrugged nonchalantly. You chuckled. The ever-present baker of Zake. This is so cool. Xavier was just tickled by the reception. The visit was gonna be worth it for them, even if you walked away without purchasing a single slice of cake. At some point, Nicholas had stopped eyeballing the pastries and had leaned coolly against the counter. He also finally rejoined the conversation instead of existing as an entertained audience member. I told you the owner was cool. Oh, thank you for talking me up, Nicholas. Now that we're all reacquainted, is there anything I can do for you? Nicholas slapped his hands into his pockets. Staying totally chill. We'll probably just get a couple things to go. I want... He paused to squint down over his shoulder at the treats one more time. Get me an eclair and a cup of water too.
will do. Anything else?
I love Xavier's voice lines. They surveyed the other three people in the room as they asked the question and waited for his response. George approached his only little brother in the front display, shooting him a wry smile upon arrival. But then he quite seriously considered what was available. Ding 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 ding! Hello, Sairo! I'll have a blueberry muffin, the one in the middle and on the left, my left. It looks like it has the most berries. Ah, yes, optimization. Xavier gave two quick nods. Their hands were already busy putting together a box for Nico's selected pastry. Derek, however, stayed back, and his focus went to you rather than the baker or their wares.
You ready?
What are you thinking? I'm gonna pass. Oh, the health nut passing on some baked desserts? Wanna try something new? I'm not sure. I'll get a better look at them. It's merely a cake shop. I'm gonna get some cake. I'll get a better look at them. Cool. You joined the other Suarez brothers and contemplated what, if any, treats to pick out for yourself. Up close, you noticed that there were tiny handwritten signs in front of the options. They declared what flavor each quaint confection was in pretty looping letters. The variety was somewhat limited, but those likely weren't the only things the bakery ever had available. They were simply what was made for that day. You decided you wanted cake, muffins, a brownie, an eclair. Neapolitan cake. Strawberry cake, chocolate cake, vanilla cake. There's no orange cake? Man. Let's go with the closest thing then. For Victor Orange Slice, a slice of raspberry lemon cake. You heard Derek come up behind you. You didn't have to look to guess that he was trying to figure out what had caught your eye. You eagerly pointed out the prize dessert.
Nice.
Looks good. Xavier, I'd like to get a raspberry lemon cake. Absolutely. And that's everything? Two packed and prepped boxes were sitting side by side as Xavier reached behind them for a third. Should be. Nicholas and George both gave a thumbs up to confirm they were all taken care of. The answer caused faint confusion from Xavier. So you're not getting what Derek is getting, Nico? Oh,
So?
You're not getting what Derek is getting, Nico? Damn, alright, the burn. That kind of teasing from someone other than another Suarez caught you entirely by surprise. But Nicholas was able to quip back with ease. Maybe I would've, but Derek isn't getting anything. You'd lose out on a sale if I copied that. Good point, you don't need to do that. Hey, why don't you be the one to pick out something for him instead?
Sorry.
No thanks, that's not how this works. It was worth a shot. The two chuckled good-naturedly. Let me ring you up. Those two were the magic words to draw Derek fully over to the front. He came to the spot right across from the register. It didn't go unnoticed.
Derek?
Derek, you're the only one who didn't get anything. You shouldn't pay. Nico snapped his head around with a look of true offense at what had gone on behind his back. He folded his arms disapprovingly, catching Derek with his hand in the metaphorical cookie jar. Or rather, putting his own cookies in someone else's jar.
What?
What? Derek made a look of faux surprise that gave Xavier's response to Nicholas's non-mimic decision making a run for its money with his scoff of played-up disbelief. You can't take away my oldest child privileges of treating my little brothers. And Victor's my boyfriend, why wouldn't I pick up the tab for him? The middle and youngest Suarezes shared concerned glances with one another, their brows knit and their frowns salty. However, their brotherly non-verbal communication gradually softened their expressions. Their eyes carried the message they needed, and soon they were shrugging in acceptance. Derek gave a winning grin and pulled out his awaiting wallet. He was forever their big brother after all. I'm still paying for me even if you're covering them. You accepted his generosity as well. You pulled out your wallet regardless. Alright, let's just... Sure, if you're paying, why not? The trees were paid for, and Xavier carefully passed over the crisp white boxes in their to their rightful owners. The Zake logo was printed in, of course, pink ink across the top flaps. They also handed over a cup of water for Nicholas.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you for your lovely patronage. Have a wonderful day. Derek, George, and Nicholas each gave a cheery goodbye and began to walk out as a group. You gave a wave and turned to leave with them. Thank you too, bye. Your group's first stop of the day was completed in a sweetly satisfying way. Everyone got back into the car, same seats as before. No one had even put their seatbelt on before George asked a very reasonable question.
Now what?
What are we doing now? Derek checked the back seat through the mirror. Yeah, what now, Nico? Nicholas crossed his arms behind his head, thoughtfully staring out the window. All eyes stared on today's decision maker. He considered long and hard in the hot car about how to use his power. Is it the AC on? Please turn on the AC. In the end, he went to his old default. The teen leaned all the way over and popped his head through the gap between the two front seats. He glanced back and forth between you and Derek with one fuzzy brow arched. What did people do when you were teens? Huh? What did people do when you were teens?
Oh, man.
Whew. Way to make us sound ancient. We're 23. We're not over the hill yet. Darn kids these days. We aren't old. Nicholas is a little baby. Nico wants to do what Derek did? What a surprise. Darn kids these days. Nico was unapologetic over his phrasing. He smirked and pressed again. I mean it. What was the place to be when you weren't babysitting me and George? Derek tapped a finger against the steering wheel. I remember the mall being super cool when I was still in school, but that started to die out, huh?
What?
The mall? Really? Sparkles began to twinkle in Nicholas's eyes like a twilight sky. George shrugged a single shoulder, buckling himself in for the ride. I've only ever gone there with Mom to get some new clothes. I don't remember it being better than any other store, but if that's what Nico wants to do, I don't mind.
Let's go!
Let's go! Nicholas launched himself backwards and bounced in his seat. He stayed still just long enough to lock his seatbelt into place.
Let's get to it.
The mall it is. 2 more clicks followed as you and Derek put your seatbelts on. Derek pulled out and you were on the road once more. The drive was spent with Derek's trying and failing to remember all the stores that used to be in the County Mall. He listed several off, but he had no idea how many were still open in the year of 2021. Or if they were even real store names, or he was mixing the words up. His little brothers reveled in the laugh-inducing, floundering explanation of the magical mall of his youth. They took bets on how many of the shops they'd actually see when they got there. Damn, the mall economy of America is dying, guys. If you went here in the Philippines, it's the malls are everywhere. You can't go into a city without seeing like one mall. Some of the biggest malls hold like really big events too. So like the mall scene in this country is alive and thriving. And it's not gonna die anytime soon, I think. There is still like some malls that are like in the process of dying out, I guess. But sometimes those are just torn down and a new mall is rebuilt there. George guessed only about 3 of them would be there if they ever existed. Nicholas declared that every single one would be there, even the ones that definitely sounded made up. Derek, reasonable as always, went down the middle with his own recollection and guessed that you'd be able to find half of them there. Oh. You announced that Derek wouldn't be right about any of them. Sure. I think Riot would agree with his boyfriend. Derek assured you that you'd made a wise decision. You felt good about your odds. When you rode into the county mall's expansive parking lot, Derek was able to get a parking spot without any trouble. There were rows and rows of cracked and oil-stained slots that only a single car or two there already. With only a single car or two there already. Oh no, it's dead. Oh no. Oh no, this mall is dead. Just as Derek thought, the location had lost most of its popularity as the years went on. It was at least convenient for your needs. It was probably the only place in the city where the parking wasn't jam-packed. The 4 of you filed out of the car, crossed the lot, and passed through the towering front doors. Kaka. Why is there... Oh, alright. I think this is a good place to end, to stop for now. Let's save that. Let's save... Where do we save? 4. There. Alright. We will end it there, the stream. I have been stood up by Riot. I thought he was free today. He told me that Friday was good, but he never came. I couldn't reach him. I don't even know where he went. But anyway, that's it from me. I am tired of talking now. What else do I have upcoming? This Sunday, Clover Cafe update. If you type in the chat !comic, you will get a link to my webcomic, Clover Cafe. It will be updating this Sunday, 11 a.m. And also, super special quick announcement, it has reached 1,500 subscribers. Oh my gosh. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. I don't know how to deal with that many people, guys. How do you deal with that? That's like 1,500 doubled is 3,000 eyes on my work. Dang! Alright. That's it from me. It's 5 p.m. I need to go now. Bye-bye, chat. See you again next week? Question mark. I would like to cover the new Cookie Run update as well on Monday. And also, I might be drawing on Wednesday next week because it's Lunar New Year. I want to draw like a Lunar New Year art as well. That's been like a yearly tradition for me. And that's about it. I'm still going to play this game because I need to speed through the wedding DLC run so that I can like reach to the epilogue and have that ready for everyone to see. But yeah, thank you everyone for dropping by. Thank you to the 3 voices in my head who decided to stop by as well in voice chat. Yes, it made me less lonely. Okay, bye bye. Bye bye.